A Wisconsin pastor is in hot water for mentioning his Christian faith during a high school commencement speech. Pastor Alvin Dupree is a school board member in the Appleton School District. He said this last Thursday during Appleton North's high school graduation ceremony.
As the principal mentioned, whatever your source of strength is, you lean on it. Never let anyone make you hide it. For me, my source of strength is my faith and my relationship with Jesus Christ. It sounds like I got some believers in this room. If you're here, you believe that, go ahead and clap your hands. Never succumb to the pressure of being politically correct. Be you. Wherever you go, be you.
A few days later, some students sent a letter to the school board complaining that Pastor Dupree's speech ostracized those who did not align with his views. And they said his comments made minority groups in the crowd feel uncomfortable. They said he undermined the work the school district has done to be more inclusive of diverse cultures and attitudes. Well, joining us to set it straight from Appleton, Wisconsin, is Pastor Alvin Dupree. Pastor Dupree, I listened to your speech. It seemed quite encouraging to those students. You talked about inclusion, reaching out beyond yourself, helping others. Your comments about your faith and those of others in the room took about, I think, 30 seconds of a 10.5-minute speech. So why the outrage?
Well, I believe the outrage is the simplicity of one word: intolerance. Intolerance of those of us who have faith and who are not afraid to display that faith in the public square. Intolerance of those who feel that they should have just as much as right to be open and out of the closet about who they are as it pertains to their faith as any other organization or personality that's allowed to be. It's just simply intolerance. And I believe that it's a complete attack on not just the Christian faith from a very specific standpoint, but anyone of faith at all. In that same commencement speech, me being one of 5, I believe, speakers, there was a Muslim young lady, student, who actually spoke. And she was wearing her full Muslim outfit. And from a standpoint of concern of lack of being inclusive, I can tell you right after that speech, I was approached by one of the Muslim hierarchies who spoke to me very directly. And he and I have formed a bond because of the fact that he felt that it's important to actually be able to speak up about your faith. And information has come as a result of having a conversation with the Muslim priest or the Muslim gentleman who was a part of the mosque here in our local area. And even after having conversations with the father of the young lady, there was concerns that even her speech as a student was somehow modified to remove content of their reference to their religion. So this is not just an attack, I believe, on the Christian faith. It's an attack on anyone who has the boldness to display their faith, and to try to censor or try to prevent anyone of any faith from speaking about their personality and who they are is outright criminal. And I believe that if we allow it to go on without speaking up, then who's to say that they can't stop anyone from saying anything if 5 or 6 or 26 people said they're offended?
The student letter suggests you use the podium at a school event as a pulpit. And as a school board member, you're bound by the Establishment Clause of the U.S. Constitution, which does not qualify you to exercise free speech rights. So what restrictions are placed on you as a school board member? Any?
Absolutely not. I was introduced as Pastor Dupree. I am a pastor and I'm an elected official. I was not imposing my views on anyone, asking them to conform to my religion or my faith. I was saying this is what I lean on as a source of strength. And as such, no one should be restricted from doing such a thing.
I know you're a Marine, a veteran of the Afghanistan war, and you fought to protect your country from terrorism, our country, and for the freedom of the Afghan people. Did you ever think you'd return home and be in a tougher battle fighting for your free speech rights here in the USA?
I'm glad you mentioned that because this is totally one of the most roughest wars that I have been in. However, it's not about me. It's about the kids. It's about the community. It's about the ability for our country to be able to stand firm on the ability for all to be able to exercise their freedom of speech. No, I did not at all foresee me leaving Afghanistan in 2010 after 3 IED strikes, serving on the Appleton Area School Board because I felt I know that's where the Lord led me to serve. And after serving, I didn't foresee coming under this type of attack.
Okay, what's going to happen now? A legal battle?
Absolutely. When I say a legal battle, I believe there are meetings coming up. The school district, we have retained attorney. I tell you, I'm 100% firm that I will continue to speak about my faith as an individual without trying to impress it upon anyone, nor will I allow anyone to try to force me to be silent just because of the resolve that I have and the fact that it's a freedom of speech, and I believe it's important for us to do so.
Okay, Pastor Alvin Dupree, school board member in the Appleton, Wisconsin School District, a Marine who says never conform to another man's norm. Thank you for sending